Hey guys, it's Nigel. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about Kanye West. I know everybody and their mama is talking about Kanye West, but I think a lot of the information that is circulating is not, I don't know, I think it's easy for people to deem Kanye as mentally unstable or crazy, but I actually think he's extremely intelligent. I mean, I know you guys might know that, might think that, but there's like a lot that is going on, and so I want to break down a little bit of what I have come to conclusions with. These are my own personal thoughts and theories, and so if you are not a deep thinker, this video might not be for you. If you're one of those people who like to comment on videos and say you're thinking too hard, stop thinking too hard, you know, this video probably isn't for you. I'm letting you know that now, so I'll let you exit the building. So those of us who want to have a deeper dive conversation about this can get into it. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is Kanye West, he is playing the Jesus archetype. Now I know a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Yes, Kanye West is the sacrificial lamb. He is getting the Jesus archetype, and I'm gonna explain to you guys why I think so. So first of all, this is pretty obvious. I think Kanye's been pretty religious throughout his, throughout history. He's always, he made the Jesus walks and all the other things, but I really think that Kanye had to dive deeper into his spirituality after all of these mental insanity claims came about, because people don't really question religion. They don't question, I mean, some people question religion, but to the average person, I think that him being hyper religious, hyper Christian is kind of a scapegoat or a way to protect him, because so many people have already deemed him as mentally unstable or crazy. But nobody has a problem with everybody, or with him repping Jesus and saying, I've gone to church, I'm getting my life right with the Lord, blah 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 blah. Obviously I think that is a huge stunt, but it completely makes sense to me, and I'm gonna break down why I'm saying this. Okay, so you guys know he recently changed his name from Kanye to just Ye. This is obviously Ye, Yeshua. Okay, he's always talking about Jesus, 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 right? He's on this whole Jesus kick right now, or has been for a while, but now he's like, I'm hardcore, the new church, this is new Christianity, right? So yes, Kanye is the sacrificial lamb. He is playing the Jesus archetype, which is why he's now going by Ye, aka Yeshua. Now you guys, I'm not saying that Kanye is the physical manifestation of Jesus, but I'm saying that Jesus represents an energy. Okay, the energy of Jesus, the energy of Yeshua is Christ consciousness energy. Okay, so a lot of people are just thinking, oh, he's Christian, they can only see through the box of he's Christian, right? And so they can accept him and say, oh, he's doing right, he's getting himself right, blah 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 blah. Little do they know he is using Christianity as kind of like a covering or a blanket to kind of maneuver, because it is safer to maneuver and everything is justified and right if you go under the cloak of, oh, I'm with Jesus, oh, I'm with God, God's on my side, right? So there's kind of this dissonance in the Christian community, right, where you can just be, all is right and well with you as long as you know God, as long as you know Jesus, right? Okay, so why am I calling him the sacrificial lamb? Kanye's been known to come out and say very outlandish, kind of like, whoa, I can't believe you said that, huge shock factor things, right? The big thing that he is in the media and in trouble for now is for saying a lot of anti-Semitic remarks. Now, I'm just going to say this right now. I watched a lot of Kanye West's interviews. I saw the one he did, the initial one where they're saying, oh, it's anti-Semitic, was Lex Friedman, that podcast, which I thought was a very informative podcast. And I really think he was trying to share insight into what is going on behind the scenes in the entertainment industry, but obviously he just can't come right out and say it, right? And so he chose to say they are Jewish businessmen who are corrupt in the music industry, who are doing a lot of mischievous things behind the scene, taking money from artists, blah blah blah, basically blackmailing artists, getting them to do and perform in ways that they want them to do. Okay, we already know this. They're probably deep state, part of the Illuminati, whatever, right? The dark cultists who rule and run the entertainment industry. He's giving a nod like, no guys, this is who they are. Now of course he's not. I understood what Lex Friedman said in the show. Instead of saying it's this group of people, you know, come right out and say the names. But I also understand that he might be calling out the group of people so that the group of people can take a deeper look into their own community and drain their own swamp, kind of say, right? And so I do think that obviously what he's saying is true. There are dark people in that community who are you know, doing a lot of dark things behind the scene, right? Now, should he have called out all Jewish people? Absolutely not. But again, it's his way of speaking in code. And remember, the more outlandish Kanye is, the more, you know, off the wall kinds of things he says, the more attention he's going to get. Make no mistake, he is definitely ruffling the feathers of some people. And I also want to say this, Kanye is one of those celebrities who has been MK Ultra. If you don't know what that means, this is actually a CIA term. We're not like talking conspiracy right now. You can actually look this up. There's CIA documents that are explaining exactly what MK Ultra is, but essentially it is a type of brainwash and a type of manipulation. And a lot of celebrities get MK Ultra or get brainwashed once they join the, you know, entertainment industry. And I want to say this too. Celebrities are stars. There's a reason why they call them stars, right? What do we know about stars and about astronomy? You can physically see a star in the sky, but that doesn't mean that star is still physically there. You might be seeing the burnt out remnants of the star light years away, but if you were to look at the star from Earth, it looks like it's still there, right? But that star is already burnt out and gone, right? Same as with these celebrities that we see, that we glamorize, that we glorify in the media. A lot of them have been MK Ultra, they're empty seaters, they're NPCs, they're not mentally there, but their body is still paraded around to do different agendas, to execute different agendas, right? So a lot of the stars, celebrities that we're seeing is just like the stars out in space. We physically still see them interacting, going to the Met Gala, going to the BET Awards, going to the red carpet events, right? Going to the Oscars. We still see them, but they're not really there. They have been cloned. Think about Michael Jackson. They've been brainwashed. They're not there anymore. Think about Katy Perry, right? There have been numerous occasions where she's on stage saying, something's not right with me, master, help me, right? Like something is physically wrong with her, but they still get these celebrities to go out on stage and parade around. Why? Why do they target stars? Because stars carry influence, and in this day and age, influence is currency. Because they have so many eyes on them, they can. And think about Travis Scott in Astroworld, right? Everyone's like, oh, this is so unfortunate that this happened to him. Travis Scott, he sacrificed those people at Astroworld. It was an entire ritual, okay? So people have to open their eyes and see what's going on with these celebrities. The reason why celebrities are such a big deal is because they have so many eyes on them. They have so much influence, right? If the right celebrity says the right thing, they can influence an entire population of people to act in a certain type of way. So this is the significance of why they target celebrities, why most celebrities are empty seaters and not even there anymore, okay? And another way that you can tell when a celebrity has been MK Ultra, this is a huge ritual they do, is you will notice that the celebrity will bleach their hair blonde, right? So think about Kanye. Let's get back to him. Whenever he had his mental collapse or his mental madness or whatever, which he said, oh, I was just exhausted, it was just exhaustion, right? What really happened was he was saying too much, speaking up too much, right? And so what do? They send the celebrities to rehab, but it's not really rehab, they're being re-brainwashed, right? And you'll notice sometimes when they leave these facilities, they have bleached blonde hair. This is a ritual. Think about all the celebrities who have randomly disappeared and came back with bleached blonde hair. They've undergone certain rituals and they're coming back, right? So I think Kanye is one of those people who was MK Ultra, and they have to keep doing it, keep sending him back to rehab or keep re-brainwashing him, because he snaps out of whatever days they put him in and he starts speaking the truth. He starts wanting to call people out and say, this is what's really going on, this is what it really is, this is what's really happening, right? And of course, because people think he's mentally unstable or crazy, they don't want to take him seriously, and that is why they try so hard to make celebrities look like they're crazy, when in actuality it could be a number of things. It could be demon possession moving through them, so when you see them going crazy in the street, looking crazy, like what's her name, Cara or whatever her name was, she's like the supermodel who got kicked off the plane because she was like acting crazy. Again, they're malfunctioning, okay? So again, back to Kanye, why I think he's so gung-ho and harping on, you know, it's yay, it's yay, it's yay, it's yay. I think he really is trying to put people onto Christ consciousness, but again, there's some people who are only going to see it as Christianity, only going to see it as him just being religious, right? And again, why? It is safer for him to be this hyper religious person, because we don't question, in this country anyway, we don't question Christianity, we don't question religion, right? The end justifies the means in religion, right? Like the people will say, oh, he's crazy, he's crazy, he's crazy, but he gave his life to God, so he's good with us, right? So it's just something to think about. And I also want to say, I had this download too, if Kanye represents the sacrificial lamb, meaning that he is using his platform and his light to expose a lot of the insidious nature of the industry, whether he is all physically there or not. Why I'm calling him the sacrificial lamb is because obviously there are penalties for speaking up, right? So people are all like, oh, he's not a billionaire anymore, they took his what is it called, his endorsement with blah 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 with Adidas, he took his blah blah blah, he's not a millionaire anymore, right? This, I think, is a ritual of what do they call it, when they're trying to humiliate people. So you guys know about the humiliation rituals in the Illuminati or in the, you know, the industry, right? When they try to humiliate people to as a form of, you know, like trying to get them to acquiesce into certain agendas. For example, Doja Cat just had her birthday and she's been going through a series of rituals and initiations, if you guys hadn't noticed. She went to some fashion show or something, and she had black eye makeup. That was a humiliation ritual that she underwent, doing the panda eye, right? Her shaving off her head. People think that, oh, it's just artistic, she just wanted to shave her head. No, that was a humiliation ritual. When they make celebrities have sex with each other and record it, or have sex with, you know, doing these weird sexual acts and recording it, having weird pedo acts and recording it, it is a humiliation ritual. It's to keep them in line, to say, hey, if you ever go against us, we're gonna put your shit on blast. So you better keep your mouth shut and keep doing what we tell you to do. Okay, so and also going back to Doja Cat, side note, let's just talk about all the celebrities in here. She also just had a Freemason themed birthday party, which is very interesting and odd, and it's all over the internet, so you can easily look this stuff up. She has a birthday cake with the Freemasonry symbols on it, and they had the birthday themed Eyes Wide Shut. If you guys don't know what that movie is, look it up, but it's essentially about the underground sex rings in Hollywood and how celebrities and the upper class and the elite all kind of have sex with each other in this underground kind of ring thing that they have, right? And so why would Doja Cat have an Eyes Wide Shut themed birthday party? It was a ritual initiation, getting further initiated into the Illuminati and whatever it is that she's into. I don't know, right? And so this is not a weird thing. This happens. Celebrities do these things, okay? But I had a point too about Kanye, the sacrificial lamb, and how Kim represents the harlot. How, you know, they demonize Mary Magdalene, right? And try and say, oh, she was this, she was that, try to erase her out of history, try and say she was the whore of Jesus, blah, 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 right? So Kim kind of represents that energy a little bit. If we're playing with this, like, let's just play around with this a little bit. If Kanye, Ye, represents Yeshua, Jesus, the sacrificial lamb, you could argue that Kim, in her own right, is this Mary Magdalene character, but slightly inverted, because again, you could argue that her humiliation ritual or claim to fame into the industry was her leaking her sex tape, right? And so there's just all kinds of like really weird phenomena that when you put it all together, it's like, what the furf are we witnessing right now? But let me see if there's anything else I wanted to say about Kanye. Do I really think Kanye is racist? I don't think Kanye is racist. Do I think he's blatantly putting out hate speech in the media to ruffle feathers and to get attention? Absolutely, okay? And you guys have to learn how to decode what he's saying. Obviously, he knew what he was saying was going to be extremely controversial and make people upset, but he wanted to get certain eyes and certain attention on him, because he is blowing the spot and saying, hey guys, if you haven't noticed, this group of people are corrupt. I'm not talking about Jewish people, okay? But I'm talking about, and again, this is why people are mad at him for not saying specifically who it is, instead of saying an entire group, like an entire religion of people, or an entire an ethnicity of people, right? And obviously, rightfully so, of course we'd be upset at that, of course, right? But again, because he is who he is and has the influence and eyes on him that he is, he has to say it in a specific way to let people know that he is coming out of his MK Ultra programming. Now, another side of the coin could also say, no, you know, like if he has been MK Ultra, maybe he was put up to saying this, right? Maybe they told him to say this. But Kanye takes me as one of those artists who just wants to speak out, you know, just wants to say, no, you're not going to control me, no, you're not going to take my money, no, you're not going to this, that, whatever, right? So however you feel about Kanye, you have to understand he is trying to share a powerful message, which is why I'm calling him the sacrificial lamb, because he is going to be scrutinized for what he's saying. They're going to try and take his money from him. They're going to try and cancel offers off the table for him, all because he is speaking up. And he's not just speaking up for himself, he's speaking up for all the artists who are just like him, who are even smaller than him. So if he's getting screwed over, imagine how crazy they're getting screwed over, right? Like, he's freaking Kanye, the richest black man in the music industry, and then across all industries, right? Like, he is just who he is, right? And so of course they're not going to give him all this power without trying to manipulate what he does with his platform, without trying to push certain agendas through him. And when he decides he no longer wants to be a pawn in this grand scheme of things, and he starts to talk back, they don't like that. And so of course, what do? Anytime they want to silence somebody, they say they're racist, they're racist, they're racist, ignore them, they're racist, just like what they did with Donald Trump. Whether you agreed with, you know, who he is as a person or not, what do when they want to defame someone's character? You call them racist, okay? And so yes, what Kanye is saying is extremely outlandish, and he probably shouldn't be saying what he's saying, but again, there's a bigger purpose. If he was not being as outlandish as he is, saying the things that he's saying, closed mouths don't get fed. He's really trying to let everybody know what is up, who is up. He's trying to tell you which group of people are doing what they're doing, so that the people who are good in this community can check their own people, right? And so yeah, that's what I have to say about about Kanye, about Yeshua, okay, this Christ consciousness energy. And last thing, why I'm saying that he is just like Jesus is because in Jesus's time, Jesus also had to carry the burden of, you could say, humanity, right? He understood that he represented freedom and was meant to be free. Again, mirror this to Kanye, trying to represent freedom of speech, and knowing that he is meant to be free, right? But then he gets so much backlash from people saying, you can't say what you're saying. You are not allowed to say what you're saying. It's irresponsible for you with such a big platform to say what you are saying, right? So he does represent the energy of Jesus when Jesus was being condemned by everybody, right, for trying to just exist in his truth. Again, is what Kanye's saying right? No, but it is getting the attention that he desires, and that is the whole point and purpose of it all, okay? And so yeah, I think that is that. I'm happy we got to chat about Kanye a little bit. I'm not mad about the fact that he's kind of going buck wild in the internet. I think it's very fascinating and entertaining. Yes, it can be a little bit dangerous rhetoric, but do I think he was intentionally trying to be anti-Semitic? No, but I know he's got to kick, scream, and punch and be as loud and obnoxious as possible to get out what he needs to get out and to get the messages that he needs to get out. And also saying that black people are Jews, or are, you know, saying that black people are the original Jews, whatever. Again, Kanye's not stupid, okay? And even like the Kyrie Irving, he just came out with the documentary Hebrews to Negroes. Understand, it might sound crazy, but these people are in rooms with certain people, and they're the richest paid black men. You know, they're very influential, they're in the right room. So don't think for a second that we know more than the people who are rubbing elbows in these rooms, right? So I'm just gonna put that out there. You guys, let me know what you think. What do you think about Kanye, what he's saying right now? Do you understand the parallel between Kanye and Jesus? You know, why he's, you know, doing all the Jesus walks and whatever. Last thing, I had this kind of, it's not really a joke, but it just like in my head, I was thinking, okay, it makes sense. So Kanye made the song Jesus Walks, right? But now that he is so we could say Yeezus walks. Yeezus walks with me is like Kanye walks with me. Again, Kanye representing that Christ consciousness, that crystalline consciousness, representing sovereignty within self, and representing the need and demand for freedom of speech. Again, what he's saying, is it right? It's not, right? Is it politically correct? Absolutely not. But he represents this energy of feeling judgment thrown at him and still having to move forward, walk forward with this weight. I don't know if you guys know this, but Kanye's got weight on his back, on his shoulders, right? Again, parallels to the Jesus archetype, Jesus figurine, okay? Kanye is Yeezus. He's carrying that energy with him, the modern day Jesus, right? I'm not trying to be like, oh, he's the Antichrist, blah, 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 blah. I'm not trying to offend anybody by saying Kanye is representing the Jesus archetype. If we're speaking in terms of archetype, then I think you can understand what I'm saying. But if we're not speaking in terms of archetype, I can understand how it sounds a little outlandish. That is all I'm going to say about that. You guys let me know what you think. And I'm open to having a discussion about this. But again, no, you're thinking too hard, blah 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 blah, right? Like, I'm here for the deep thinkers, so I want to hear what you have to say if you're thinking deep about this, okay? Yeah, that's what I have to say.